Oh, hey. Hey there.
Didn't see you there.
My name's Mike.
I'm Johnny, and we are the Wolfe brothers.
Today, in sports, a lot of things going on in the NFL, which is good because it's not football season, but
I really wish it was.
football's happening all the time. There's no off season, really.
So to start out, we're gonna talk about the free agency since that just opened today.
Of course, it opened today.
Yeah. There's been a lot of changes thus far.
Well, a lot of recent signings. A lot of
one of I think is the most important and one of the biggest ones is obviously Keep the Lead that went from the Patriots to the Broncos. Is that right?
Yeah, it is.
Yep, that's correct.
And I'm a Broncos fan, so that's a good thing.
Because they lost the Super Bowl. You know who won it?
Yeah.
Who's that?
Anyways, so the Cowboys released DeMarcus Ware, which was a kind of a surprise to me. Johnny thinks that his career is over, but I don't think it is.
I don't think that he has much in his
tank.
Yeah, that one.
It's like car.
He's pretty much car.
The Broncos are visiting with him, and I think they're going to sign him because John Fox is a really defensive-minded kind of guy. So, I mean, obviously the Broncos are going to win the Super Bowl next year. That's the conclusion that I'm coming to with that kind of statement.
You want to make a bet right now?
No.
That they won't?
I'm not going to bet you in front of all these people watching.
2 people?
Yeah, like the 2 people that are going to watch our show.
Oh.
Anyways. But the Raiders kept Darren McFadden, which...
I think that's a dumb move
if
on
I was
McFadden's part.
Darren McFadden, I would not go to the Raiders. That's just dumb.
If someone that
you're
has
a skilled
that
player.
much talent, like that much talent from start to beginning, and you can do that much damage on a team, like play Madden for a second.
Yeah, because the Raiders.
If you play with Madden, the only good player they have is McFadden.
Yeah.
If you win with the Raiders, it's because of McFadden.
Yeah.
Literally, no one else on the Raiders team is good. Like their fans, the fans are actually kind of scary.
That's true.
No offense.
Linval Joseph went to the Minnesota Vikings from the New York Giants. That was pretty surprising.
Yeah.
Actually, no, it wasn't surprising.
You have no idea who
He's not even that good. I don't.
What position is he?
I don't. He's a defensive lineman.
Oh, alright, defensive lineman. Those are people care about that more than they do about the offensive lineman.
Yeah. So Darren Sproles was scrolling through Twitter and he realized that the Saints were gonna try and trade him. So
dude, Sproles is like a mini boss.
his designated parking spot is gonna be given up pretty soon.
He's like the Steve Nash of NFL. Steve Nash is really short for basketball.
Yeah, but Steve Nash is white.
Alright, who's that black little short dude that's like 5'3"? Exactly. Nobody cares about the NBA.
Exactly.
Alright, back to the real sports.
Basketball's boring.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
actually, I kind of like college basketball. You know, Wichita State gonna win March Madness this year. It's gonna happen. Dude, Wichita State is where it's at. They went to the Final Four last year.
So San Francisco signed the former first-round quarterback Gabbert, and that was kind of weird because nobody really knows who he is anymore because he kind of fell off the map when he got drafted. Well, he was on the map because he got drafted in the first round.
By Jacksonville, wasn't it? Gabbert isn't that league?
Yeah.
Nobody cares about Jacksonville.
Yeah, I know.
Except for Schultz. Shout out to Schultz. Oh yeah, I saw that. So my recent sources just now told me that Golden Tate, one of the best wide receivers in the NFL right now, just went to go visit with the Lions, or is set to visit with the Lions.
Yeah. Hopefully he signs with them because I hate Seattle.
I love Seattle. Mostly because they beat the Broncos.
I mean, they weren't gonna really do anything next year anyways.
Yeah,
so that's a good thing.
It's not like they just won the Super Bowl.
No.
That's preposterous.
No, but they're losing all their defensive backs.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
So that's definitely going to be a downer on there.
It's not very good.
Hate to rain on your parade, but yeah, Seattle sucks. And the Browns signed Whitner and Dansby, so that's gonna really strengthen up their
speaking about the Browns, I think they're going to be a powerhouse next year. They're going to be like the Chiefs of the NFL next year.
Yeah. You're going to take the Browns to the Super Bowl?
No. Since the Browns, they got a new coach, they're getting better wide receivers. I think that in the draft, since they have an earlier pick, that if they get a good quarterback this year, they will be a pretty good powerhouse this year. They have a good running back, and whoever the running back's name is, the linemen, all of them, they're good. Offense and defense.
They suck.
You don't know that.
I do know that.
They got a new coaching staff, new players on defense. They're gonna be a pretty good powerhouse.
Powerhouse.
Yeah.
So the Bears released Julius Peppers, which I think is a good thing because I don't like the Bears. The Bears.
Who likes the Bears?
Nobody likes the Bears.
Exactly. The
Yeah.
people from Chicago don't like the Bears.
They do like the Bears.
No, Chicago. Exactly.
Mm-hmm. Well, that was a surprise because Julius Peppers is actually good. So, I mean, the Bears are becoming the Cowboys. They're just releasing other good players. Miles Austin got released by the Cowboys too. So, hopefully he goes to a better team because the Cowboys suck really bad.
Mostly because they're the Cowboys.
Yeah. And so, yeah. The Dolphins traded Jonathan Martin to the 49ers for a draft pick, but it's like one of those things where it depends on how Jonathan Martin does
Speaking of Jonathan
in
Martin,
tryouts.
He was involved in the Richie R. Incognito problem.
Yeah, he says he wants to forget it, so forget it.
Yeah, I'm not gonna forget that. There's nothing that can make up for bullying. Even if you're an adult.
Don't bully.
Bad.
It's bad.
Very bad.
Yeah.
Alright, moving on.
So let's talk about the draft. That's a really super duper thing.
Before you go to the draft, what do you think about Michael Vick? What do you think his deal's gonna be? The Eagles are let him go and he's gonna get back there.
He already let you go. He's a free agent right now. I think he's going to go to the Raiders, to be honest, because that's where he'll start. But he could also go to the Jets or the Browns because they need a quarterback because he's going to have to settle for – if he goes to the Jets or the Browns, he's going to have to settle for being a second or third kind of quarterback.
The Browns coming up again.
Oh, yeah, the Browns.
Because they're going to the Super Bowl.
The Browns.
They're gonna win the Super Bowl.
There'll be so many jokes made if they go to the Super Bowl. Yeah. Then the joke will just die and it'll be boring.
Yeah. There's only like 2 jokes you can make about the Browns going to the Super Bowl.
There's one. And it has to do with alpha function. Anyways, so yeah, I think Michael Vick will go to the Raiders because that's where he'll be able to start and actually make a difference. He's not going to do anything because the Chargers and the Chiefs and the Broncos are way too good in that division for the Raiders to be able to win any games because they're terrible.
I think Michael Vick wants to win, and if he wants to win, he's not going to go to a team like the Raiders since their division is so
I don't think he winning is a huge like Browns, Jets, Raiders. Where are you going to win? Nowhere.
He has a higher chance with the Jets.
No.
Yeah.
No.
The Patriots obviously didn't do so well this season. They had some up and down games. Like, didn't they lose to the Jets when?
Yeah, but that's a game where either one of them can win. It's such a rivalry.
Exactly.
That
if it's a rivalry when
it's such a rivalry that anything could happen. Anything could happen.
Supposedly one of the better teams in the NFL.
They are one of the better teams.
Loses to the Jets.
I hate the Patriots, but they're one of the better teams.
When they lose to the Jets, that's kind of embarrassing, and that kind of takes away your spot as one of the better teams in the NFL.
Well, he's probably going to go to the Raiders. He's not going to add anything, but I think he just wants to. I think it was very good how he reacted to the situation in Philadelphia where he was taken out and
Nick Foles
put in as a second guy. But I don't think I think he wants to play, and he won't play anywhere else except for Oakland. Anyways, so let's talk about the draft.
I think Houston needs a quarterback too, so I guess he can go to Houston. But they haven't really drafted.
No, let's talk about the draft.
They can probably get the quarterback.
Well, I mean, we're talking about the draft.
Since it's the draft, it's early draft pick, and Houston gets the first one, I think Teddy Bridgewater, first pick of the draft.
Teddy Bridgewater?
Yeah.
Don't you think Jadeveon Clowney will go to?
I think if Clowney went to the Houstons, then
the
the Texans, then that would be a pretty big step for the defense because if they had Clowney on one side and JJ Watt on the other, that's a pretty hard thing to stop. And people can barely stop just Watt.
Well, I think Clowney will go first, and then I think the most important person in the draft, Johnny Manziel, is probably going to go to the Jaguars, I think. And then the Jaguars are going to win the Super Bowl.
Jaguars.
Because Manziel doesn't lose. Well, he does lose.
Jaguars, and I think Browns. There we go.
Yeah, people are saying that he's not going to be able to improvise, do his little improvise thing in the NFL, but I think he'll be able to do the same thing that he did with Texas A&M. I think he'll be able to destroy. Yeah. So let's talk about, obviously, the best defensive end in the draft right now from Notre Dame. Loose Nicks. He's a boss. And I think he'll be a middle first round kind of guy, like 15, 16, something like that.
I think he's going to go to Seattle.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, Loose Nicks is really a dangerous player, and whatever team he goes to, I think he'll start right off the bat, be able to make a difference. Let's talk about Marquise Lee. I think he'll go to the Lions.
USC, not rhymed.
Because, I mean, could you imagine the Lions with Calvin
Marquise
Johnson
Lee
and Marquise Lee?
Yeah, that's
Marquise Lee is ready to go right now. He's not gonna spend any time on the bench. He's gonna start right away.
Last year at USC.
Yeah, I hate USC.
That happens.
He's good. They're good.
Most people do.
I hate them with a burning passion. Anyways, so let's talk about. Since we obviously talked about the best quarterback already.
Teddy Bridgewater.
Teddy Bridgewater is not the best quarterback.
Dude, he's the best.
Did you see Johnny Manziel's 40 time? His 40 time was pretty good. It was like a 4, 5,
running
8,
doesn't matter
like that.
if you're
it does
quarterback.
Matter. Yeah, it does.
Unless you're Russell Wilson because he's a boss.
Russell Wilson isn't even that good.
I think he is.
Nah. Anyways, let's talk about the quarterbacks who are probably going to go really early, which will be Teddy Bridgewater, Blake Royals,
Isn't that guy from UCF?
Yes. Yeah. Love the guy from UCF.
What was UCF stand for?
I don't know. He's going to be like the next Ben Roethlisberger, though, type guy. And then I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be kind of a Cam Newton. He's going to be kind of mobile, but
agile,
hostile. Anyways, but I think Teddy Bridgewater is going to be pretty dangerous, and he'll go to a team that needs a quarterback right now, which kind of Jacksonville's probably going to pick up Manziel. So I think with an early draft pick, probably the Texans.
You can't really count on the Jaguars for making a good pick in the draft because last year they got a punter in the draft. So you can't really count on.
Well, punters are necessary if you're someone like Jacksonville.
Well, that makes sense.
Yeah, Jacksonville's
but
terrible.
Even that guy, he didn't play.
Didn't play what?
The punter. The other punter.
Well, yeah.
And he was second.
But you need a backup punter if you're someone like Jacksonville. What if your first punter gets hurt? You punt so much. Anyways,
a punter and you got picked in the first round of the draft.
That would be a pretty big accomplishment. You'd probably be pretty surprised.
Like, I wouldn't want to play for the team that picked me because I'd be like, wow, these
they're
guys picked
stupid.
They picked me over all these players. I don't really want to play anymore. It means I'm going to get a lot of kicking down, obviously.
You didn't get any kicking down. Yeah. Well, as you can tell, we're running out of things to say.
Yep.
So we're gonna stop this one right now. And
so
yeah.
Johnny Wolfe, sign off.
Oh, I'm signing off too. Bye.
Not cool.